So I don't exactly know if this is classed as a parable, but it is full of like wisdom that I feel that people need to know. So it's kind of like a parable, but kind of not. It's one of those kind of straightforward things. As I said, I'm not sure if you will categorize it as a parable. I would, but anyway. So it's in Matthew chapter 17, and it's from verse 15. And basically, it's a warning about false prophets. So watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. Bad tree, bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. This, by their fruits, you will recognize them. So, what does it mean by fruit? By fruit. It's basically their like knowledge they're telling you. So, in this situation, obviously, if it's a false prophet, it's going to be false. It's going to be false knowledge. But the only way you're gonna know if they are giving you good fruit is by reading the word and reading the Bible, because the Bible is just full of wisdom. And I don't want to be mean to these people, but there's certain Christians that I would call Sunday Christians. And when I mean my Sunday Christians, these are the Christians that just go to church on Sunday, they read the Bible on Sunday, they pray on Sunday, and that's about it. On the other days, they don't get into the Word of God. They don't pray, or maybe they do pray, but not as often, like maybe twice a week or something like that in those days coming up to Sunday. So the problem with that is it opens you up to be deceived, because throughout the Bible, it warns you against fake prophets. It warns you about fake disciples. It warns you about how to spot them, how deceiving they are. And if you're not reading the word, then you're not going to know. So it's really important that you read the word, because when we read the word, our spirit takes it in, and sometimes that's how like our discernment comes. So say for example, you hear like a prophetic, but sometimes something may click and think, okay, that doesn't sound like God's character or that thing. But the only way you're going to know if it doesn't sound like God's character is if you read the Bible. With prophetics and people prophetic anyway, they will always say, now don't get me wrong, people make mistakes. As again, we are human, people will make mistakes. That be a prophetic word that doesn't come true, or that be a teaching that doesn't really go with the teachings of the Bible. Like, people make mistakes, but you've got to spot the people that make mistakes now and again, and the people that continually make mistakes. And the people that are continually making mistakes are the people that actually are the wolves in the sheep clothing, and they're trying to take you away from God and trying to deceive. And people like that, they get the ultimate punishment. It says in the Bible that they get punished more, because their job is to bring his sheep to him. And when they when they deceive people, they're actually taking the sheep away from him. So they are actually punished a lot more. But as I said, and it says here anyway, so if we go to verse 19, it says, every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So they will get what's the word? I can't think of the word, or I can't say it. They will get their, let's just say they're just, that's not the word I'm thinking about, but we'll go with that. They will eventually get their just. But I said the only way you're going to be able to spot, someone like these. And as I said, this isn't just about prophets as well. This is about leaders, people who teach the word of God. The only way you're going to know if they're genuine or not is literally to read the word. That's the only way. The more times you read the word, what's so great about the Bible is you can read it multiple times. Like, you can read the whole Bible multiple times, but new things will pop out into you. It's like the Bible literally looks like, oh, it has an end, but it actually doesn't. You read it multiple times, and new things will come. God will show you more and more stuff. So it's really important that you read the Bible, because it is literally, it's literally our bread. It sustains us. It literally sustains us. And, it is that wisdom that helps us know and discern who's genuine and who's not, and who's trying to pull us away from God.